Hi, my name's Geoff from Team Rubicon, and this is the Enuff Academy. In this Enuff Academy, we're going to be looking at skate park etiquette, the spoken and unspoken rules of the skate park. Skate parks are super positive places. It's important to respect them and understand that loads of people will be using them. This includes younger riders, so if you can keep a swearing down and to a minimum, that's fantastic. And also put your litter in the bin, try and keep the place tidy, because they're pretty dangerous as it is. One way to understand a skate park is just to stand back and watch other riders use that skate park. This is the beautiful thing about skateboarding. Everyone rides the park in a different way. It is super creative. Also, let's keep an eye on those people who are trying to learn tricks. Try and show your support, but maybe offering advice, or you can tap your board, give them a fist bump, make sure they know they're doing well and that you're right behind them. One thing to mention for young riders or novice riders is when they should go skate. The park is always open, but in the afternoons, you're likely to get older riders, more experienced riders, and that's going to use up space. So those early hours before midday, you're going to have a lot more space, you're going to have access to the ramps you want, and it'll be a little bit safer too. Snaking, that's where you drop in just ahead of someone or you cut across their line. It doesn't look like much, but there's a good chance you can throw someone off balance quite badly, and yeah, that might lead to an injury. So the best thing to do is throughout your whole session, just keep an eye on who's around, who's skating what tricks they're trying, and you're trying to adapt what you're doing to minimize the effect on their skate. If we're all conscious of doing it and we look after each other, we're all gonna have the best skate possible. If you're a spectator, it is really important to consider where you're gonna sit or stand. Pretty much everything in a skate park is fair game, and riders are gonna use ramps and obstacles in ways maybe you can't even imagine. So if there's an allocated seating area, go there. If it's an outdoor park and there's no local bench, stand outside the park with a clear view and enjoy yourself, but stay out of the way for your own safety. If you're at the skate park to learn a new skill, it's quite important to consider where you should go to learn that. Perhaps learning right in the middle of the bowl isn't the best place to learn like tic-tacs. Normally, if you're lucky, there'll be some space near the park or there's a lesser used area. Whilst you're tackling those new tricks and skills at the skate park, we all know it's not going to end up right every time. If at any point the board shoots out slightly uncontrolled, what we like to do is shout, "Board!" This gives everyone in the park a little bit of warning. There is a rogue flying skateboard coming towards them, and then they can just keep an eye on their ankles. A lot of skaters like to use wax on ledges to help the board grind and slide and do the tricks they want. But every skater likes a different amount of wax. So you probably shouldn't just dive in there and wax the ledge like crazy. It's quite courteous to ask other skaters that are nearby or other locals if it's all right to do so. If in doubt, you can just put wax on your trucks or the nose and tail instead. Everyone knows skateboarding is super challenging, especially right at the start. So asking for advice can be really valuable. With that in mind, the skate park is full of loads of people, potentially lots of strangers, but we're lucky in the fact the skate park community is generally tend to be very supportive and a fairly safe space. I would not be surprised if most people at a skate park are willing to give you just a few minutes, give you a few pointers, and help you get on your way. And that's a wrap of the Enuff Academy. We'll see you again soon.